think the most urgent task is to adapt our knowledge systems so that they can really help and enhance sustainability science. And I mean adapting our knowledge systems in terms of the way we fund research. We need to change the funding models, the way we reward that kind of research, so that people can really build careers and be rewarded for doing that kind of research, and precisely adapt our systems so that we can build incentives so that people will then indeed take on large sustainability science projects. So I think at all levels, in all regions right now, what we need, I think, is for policymakers, governments, states, to really take the sustainability challenge seriously. And by doing that, what they need to do is to take sustainability science seriously. And so they must acknowledge, they must recognize that by doing sustainability science, what we're actually doing is identifying, developing actionable knowledge. So that's knowledge that is identifying solutions that work in concrete contexts, and that these solutions can then be scaled up, and they can inform the development of policies. So my message to the regional, the national governments, the states, but also at the regional level, I think what is critically important is to be attentive to the projects, sustainability science projects that are being made, participate in them. So really be there and work with the scientists and the stakeholders, and be inspired by the solutions that are emerging through these processes. In terms of recommendations, I think for scientists around the world doing that kind of research, what is critically important at this stage is that we start being systematically sharing knowledge and practices, because there's a lot of knowledge that is emerging through a host of different projects around the world. We need to start sharing those so that we can start scaling up and think about the impact of the knowledge that we're gathering in terms of how our theories of transformations, for example, or change. We need to share knowledge so that we can also develop new syntheses of knowledge. In terms of my recommendations for funders, I think what is needed now is a change of mindset on the part of funders. I think funders need to recognize that what's important now is to change the way research is funded, so that, to give you a concrete example, so that research money can be used by stakeholders, research NGOs, for example, so that they can also be part of large sustainability science program. Money need to be also be able to be spent outside of a particular country. So we need to have less barriers in terms of how we can use research funding from a particular country in other countries as well, because a lot of sustainability science that's being done at the moment is international and comparative in nature. And finally, in terms of policymakers, the recommendation there would be a recommendation in terms of policy for science. As sustainability science develops and improves, as we start sharing knowledge, scaling up our knowledge, changing our theories, and have new and more programs that are funded at, for example, the regional levels, what we really need from states and research systems are better infrastructures, allowing for data gathering, data sharing. We need to build pools of trainers, of researchers doing that kind of research, people that are able to train other people, pools of people interested in doing that kind of research. So really the building up of research infrastructure for sustainability science that can be done at a regional level, or at perhaps even at the global level. For some of those resources I really see as a clear and an important need.